It's Caribbean Week in New York this week, and the island of the Bahamas is participating as we do every year. And what we'd like to do is give you a taste of the Bahamas by presenting some of our lobster cigars. Our chefs are from Grand Bahama Island, from the Memories Resort, which is an all-inclusive resort, brand new to Grand Bahama, just opened this year in March. And we've got direct flights, so for any of you who taste a little something and want to sample a little bit more, New York Airport is just a short ride away, and in 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 25 minutes, you'll be in Grand Bahama Island. So you can have breakfast at home, the flight leaves at 6, so an early breakfast at home, and you can have brunch in the Bahamas, not even lunch, that's how early you'll get there. So as I mentioned, it's Caribbean Week in New York. My name is Mikala. This is Chef Devon Johnson from Memories. He's actually our food and beverage executive now. And his sous chef, Brian Robinson, is there as well at Memories in Grand Bahama. They've actually worked all over the Bahamas, not just in Freeport, Grand Bahama. They've also spent time in Nassau, and they've also participated in several chef challenges. And the Bahamas has won on a few occasions as well, as you see all the accolades on chef sleeves. So as I mentioned, we're preparing the lobster cigars today, and most of you have recipes. There's some more in the front on the left, and a few of their other specialties they've put out as well. We did a sampling yesterday at the radio station, WBLS, and the day before we were at Norman's Key restaurant. Norman's Key is actually an island in the Bahamas in the chain of Exumas, but they have a restaurant now in New York. So from one island nation to the Isle of Manhattan, you get flavors of the Bahamas and a few other Caribbean islands as well. It's on the Lower East Side, so please check out Norman's Key. And if the chefs are ready, I'd like to introduce them again and give them a chance to tell you about what they're about to prepare, how it's done, and when you get the chance to do it at home, how you need to go about preparing your Bahamian dishes and have a taste of the Bahamas. Chefs?
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Okay, what I do is basically take indigenous products and indigenous ingredients and enhance it and put it more in a modern way where people could recognize. Now, back in the Bahamas, we have our spiny lobster. We call it crawfish, okay, because of the spine. But it's similar to the lobster you may get like red lobster, the rock lobster, so on and so forth. So what we did, or what I did is mince it. What we call mince is where we pick it, we blanch it or boil it in a court bouillon, which is seasoned liquor, and then we pick it and we add different herbs and spices. Peppers, onions, fresh thymes, tomato puree, and we cook it down on the stove. And we add a little heat to it by adding a little bird pepper or boat pepper, which is our signature peppers in the Bahamas. After that, we cool the mixture, and we take a wonton sheet or a spring roll sheet, and then we roll the mix in it. Now the accompaniment for it is pineapple and bird pepper chutney. So it's a little spicy, it's sweet, sour, spicy. So you're going to get some umami flavors today. So I hope you're ready for it.
Now Chef, what other things do you consider your specialties in the Bahamas?
Well, we have the grouper fish. We have now the lionfish, which is very, very popular and coming on stream. For dessert, we have guava duck. We have some of the recipes here. We have a lot of root vegetables, so we do it with soups, potatoes, different type of yuccas, different type of cassavas. So those are some of the things we use there. Now, what we try to do and what we do is flavor. Everything we use flavoring, cilantro, thyme, all different flavoring. More flavoring than salt. And as you will taste today, inside this cigar, we call it, you will taste flavors bursting from your mouth.
So usually we don't endorse any smoking or smoking products, but these cigars are very healthy today. These are the kind of cigars you can share with family and friends. There's no age limit. Chef mentioned grouper and lionfish. Grouper is indigenous to the Bahamas. Grows quite large in size. It is seafood. It's from the sea, ocean, not freshwater fish. But the lionfish is not indigenous. Lionfish was introduced to the Bahamas about 10 years ago, and it's an invasive species, and it's also got a venomous fin. Now, it's not poisonous, but it is venomous. And if you don't have lionfish here in New York, you might be able to find the grouper, Atlantic grouper or Caribbean grouper. That will also substitute very well. Thank you.
Someone tell me if they taste flavors.
It's delicious. I taste the sweet first. I taste and then the spice and then the savory. Nice. Have any of you here ever been to the Bahamas? Oh yes. Oh yes. Where in the Bahamas? Bahamas. Okay, that's where our chefs are from. Fantastic. Anyone else? I'm going in August. So Brian, please look up for this gentleman in August. We'll be in the Bahamas.
A fork. It's right there.
Yes. Well, as I mentioned, it's only 2.5 hours away, so you have no excuse. I'm sure your morning commute is almost the same amount of time, and I'm sure a 2.5 hour commute to the Bahamas would be much more enjoyable. Do you have any vegans or vegetarians around who want to just down to the chutney? No? Can you just
We have some mango aioli here also. If you want a little.
Chef, we get just some chutney for our vegetarian guests. Not a problem. Now, Chef, how long is the prep time for the cigars in your mind?
Well, it didn't take us long. This morning we started about 10:30, and by noon we were finished.
So prep time is first to boil the lobster. You have to let that cool before you pick it.
Unless you have tough hands like me, if you pick it hard.
So after you let that cool and you shred it by hand, then you said you add the herbs and those go back on the stove?
Yes, and we add a little tomato puree.
Tomato puree and herbs. Peppers, sweet peppers, onions. So what you trying to do? Sweet peppers, onions, celery.
No celery,
No
sweet,
celery.
fresh thyme.
Fresh thyme. A little bit of goat pepper. A little bit
You
of
may know it as
pepper.
habanero pepper.
Okay. And then the spring rolls. Do they come straight out of
The sheet. Brian, you can show them the sheet.
So typical spring roll sheet. Okay. And do you stuff it full or semi-full? Is it just a spoonful or a tablespoonful of
A tablespoon.
filling?
Tablespoon.
The pineapple.
And we have a mango
And the
aioli.
mango. Just a little sampling of Bahamian flavor for the
How do you make the mango sauce?
Mango sauce?
How do you make it?
What it is aioli is mayonnaise base with garlic. So it's garlic, cilantro, mayonnaise base, mango puree, little rum.
How mother say, hey, Mr. Andres, you think you're Uncle Sam? Now get your blood dirty for the right here. He's spelling good job. Oh, sonny son, I beg you, make a fool out of me. Now wait to see what may happen. When they then eat all this meat, all the meat. I like the meat. Give me no beans. I like the meat. No veggie. I want the meat. All the meat.
Just look right this way, Jeff. There you go. Yep, good, good.
foaming at the end. Eat 'em all.
So can you write that down? Can you write that down?
Yeah, how many do I have?
Yes.
And you've always liked cooking?
Yeah. From I know myself. From age 10. I mean, I traveled the world too. Schooled in Europe, worked in France. So I've been around, worked in Atlanta. Been around.
So you're a main course chef or?
All around.
You know the mix on that. You don't want that to go.
So what's your secret in cooking?
Flavors. Bring out the flavors in any item.
Yeah, man.
What do you use to bring out the flavor?
Different herbs and spices.
Herbs, that's like thyme and anything else?
Yeah. Thyme, cilantro, basil. All different herbs.
So cilantro seems to be one of your
Yeah, cilantro is a big.
staple
In Caribbean cooking. In Caribbean cooking.
You let me know if it tastes good. Thank you very much. Yes. She wants to taste too.
Come on, don't be shy. Just say. Step right up and say.
We can bring them here.
So who was the first person who taught you how to cook?
My aunts.
Your aunt?
Watching them cook in the kitchen. I used to just go look at, I was like a sponge. I absorbed everything. So they taught me island cooking. And then I just, when I wake up, dream, sleep, things come to my head and I just do it.
Peas and rice, that's one of our specials. What's so special about that for you?
Well, I mean, gone are the days of the peas and rice now. But now we enhance it by putting dry conch, salt beef, pigtail, all different type of things inside the peas and rice. So you can make it now into a meal rather than just a side dish.
Okay, so you add all those things to peas and rice.
Yes.
So you kind of pump them up a little bit.
Right.
So what seasoning do you use?
Gold pepper, and thyme will be more used in the second. Cilantro would be more when we give it to seafood and stuff like
So in preparing that, you prepare that for how many people were expecting?
Expecting like 100.
Okay, and how many lobsters do you use?
16 tails.
16 tails. And those are Bahamian lobsters?
Bahamian crawfish.
Bahamian crawfish. Okay. What's the difference between crawfish and lobster?
Spiny.
What is that?
Spine. And then the water, you know, you have freshwater lobsters, and then we have saltwater lobsters. Crawfish.
Trust no one, that's her creed.
There's the recipe. Thank you.
Break my heart.
No.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
You know, yesterday a lot of people just went perfect.
Put this one on it.
Because it's with the rain and I know the store's not as busy as
You are the dream I thought was real. You have a scar that will never heal. You are like
I did the local Bahamas Hotel Training College. And then I went to Westminster College in London. 3 years. Three in England and France. But I finished school in England in 2 years. Thanks to the local college. 3 years. At times in school I specialized in garmanger, which is cold ladder work, because you had to have a major. So I majored in that because that was the most difficult subject. A lot of persons ran away from it, so I wanted something more challenging. Garmanger, which is cold ladder work. Cold ladder is salad preparations, fruit carvings, making patties, terrines, things of that sort. No, I just basically I was talented in cooking other things, so it came natural. So I wanted to do something which was harder, which a lot of people ran from. So I have verse background and all.
So how long have you been back home?
Over 20 years.
Oh, 20 years?
About 25 years.
So you're a chef in Grand Bahama.
Right now I'm a director of food and beverage. I put down the hat for a while. So I'm responsible for the chef. Memories. We have the brochure already.
That's
Recently, all inclusive. Four and a half stars.
Now, I have never seen a cigar that short. The lady said it's a cigar.
It's a lobster cigar. I want you to taste it first. Tell me if you taste flavors.
All right.
Like a frosty winter, like a rocket blast. Her love is free when her love comes fast.
Brian Robinson.
I see our future. All she sees is her
Are you
trust no one.
traveling
That's her creed. She'll no
I have
mercy,
traveled, but
bear
not
no
to
seed.
Europe. Not as much
Break my
as
heart.
expensive as Chef Johnson.
And girl,
I
I'll
have traveled
bleed.
when the school and Fort Lauderdale.
With me forever.
Worked in Boca Raton. Worked in Piper Key, Nassau, Bahamas. From young, I had a cousin that living with me as a chef. Fell in love with cooking. Loved to cook. Well, I have a lot of dishes. But I like steaks. I like to do Italian food. I like a little fusion. I like variety of food. You can get some in the coconut, grater it, strain it. Straight natural. All they sell is the milk and the coconut milk.
So when you use the grated coconut, you use that coconut in the rice as well, or?
Well, when you open the coconut and get the meat, you will add it to the blender with some water. It blends. And then you will strain that off. You wouldn't be using you would just be using the extracted juice and water from the coconut, not the actual.
So what do you use that for? Would you throw it away, or do you use that meat for something else?
Then the meat could be used, they make tart, coconut tart.
So let me ask you, what's out of you? I went guava just as guava is out of season. What do you use to,
We have a lot of people now, they would freeze their guavas. A lot of people freeze their guavas, so we cheapen it. Other than that, we have good canned guavas as well. Yeah, the guava shell.
and that's made by
You have Island Queen, you have different areas. You have Island Queen, you have different brands. Yeah. And some in Costa Rica, some in Mexico.
you have a lot of those in Bahamas. Is it very easily to find garlic? So do you use the paste for anything? Guava paste?
It's just for
Never use guava
in
paste.
New York City, and so the Bahamas is here for Caribbean. They've got different Caribbean islands tasting. So if you'd like a sample, our chef is cooking up some right now. He's got exactly, because you're pineapple chutney and mango egg. So just down that end. Yeah.
Trust no one, that's her creed. Show no mercy, spare no seed. Break my heart, and girl, I'll stay with you
You got one who approved.
Yours are the lips I long to feel. You are the dream I thought was real. You have a scar that will never heal. You are a magnet and I am
But that's what we want to cut over there. Different recipes.
Like some of the cut up
I'm going to make you a big one. Yeah. Give me a whole one. Yeah. That's how it's been. See, if I was from me, I don't win that one. If I was from here, I would not win that one.
So honest opinion.
We call that a lobster cigar.
I think see that? I get to lie up. Big difference.
You know what you're gonna say?
Okay. Nice and hot.
Girl, you are my lighthouse. Your love led me to you. I was like distant thunder. You were my tranquil sea. Heaven sent your love and rescued me. Yes.
There's my girlfriend in the back who's eating.
She's killing that, man. That's a lunch break.
Heaven knows that I care.
You tried it? You tried it?
Yes.
Yeah. You get up more.
You're gonna give me another one.
Just
Just a little, you know.
I'm gonna give him a whole
One
one.
of them, if you want to check it out.
You can tell I'm underfed.
One piece, brother.
A whole one right
You can tell I'm underfed, you know. Chef, this is delicious, beyond delicious. I can eat that by itself.
Yeah.
That is so amazing.
I can use both of them, right? I can use both of them, right? Lobster.
Healthy.
Surgeon General says
Beautiful.
Salad,
yes.
yeah, that's so amazing. She doesn't eat.
Please somebody pinch me. Tell St. Peter I'm right. With you I'm in heaven. Yeah, I'm still alive. Cause heaven knows that I love you. Heaven knows, yes, heaven knows that I care. And while we're dancing under the stars above, I thank heaven that I found you. Do it like this.
You're doing a taste of Bahamas.
But here it comes a long time. Let's go.
Chef, please bring us up another portion.
Okay. Bring us one at a time, yeah?
Please add it.
Just slip away. Stay with me, please stay. Away,
What is it?
That's a
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Only cigar the Surgeon General says you're allowed to indulge.
She's a vegetarian, so she didn't have it, but I love lobster.
Only the chutney lobster cigar is wrapped in a spring roll, topped with pineapple chutney, little sweet, little sour, little spice.
That's delicious.
Excellent. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
Decorated with a little mango overleaf.
It's really good.
Come on, guys, just for you, man. Come on. You gotta take it.
mayonnaise. It's mango puree, fresh garlic, lime, cilantro, and a mayonnaise base.
Oh, you gotta take it. Oh, okay.
Chutney is pineapple, tomatoes, onions, red and yellow bell peppers, hot pepper, burnt pepper or chili pepper, as well as goat pepper, little vinegar, honey, sugar, and salt. The lobster is we boil it or blanched it in a pot bouillon, which is a seasoned liquor.
It's all free.
Allowed it to cool,
You're gonna love it. It's from the
cooked
Bahamas.
it or shred it.
You're gonna love it.
Then we add
Call
fresh thyme, onions, peppers, tomato puree. Cooked it down for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Girl, you are my lighthouse. Your love led me to you. I was like distant thunder. You were my tranquil sea. Heaven sent your love rescued me. Yes, now heaven knows that I love her.
For the lobster?
Yeah.
Heaven knows that I care. And while we're dancing under the stars above, oh, I thank heaven that I found you. Let's go.
Lobster, red and yellow bell peppers, green peppers, scallions, thyme, hot pepper.
Let's go.
Like it?
Skillet time. Girl, you deserve a medal. You deserve a star. You ready? You deserve a lifetime of love. The kind heart gave to mom. Please somebody pinch me till St. Peter I've arrived. With you I'm in heaven, yet I'm still alive. Oh, 'cause heaven knows that I love her. And heaven knows, yes, heaven knows that I care. And while we're dancing under the stars above, I thank heaven that I found your love. Do it like this. Oh, shucks. Stay with me, please stay. I'll wait this way every day. Oh, 'cause heaven knows that I care. And while
Now, if you want to make
This is amazing.
mango ice.
This is delicious. So lobster cigar, mango, pineapple salad. So good, I have to talk in my mouth. Bahamas, you're not easy. Can you send some of this to Trinidad? Thank you.
Very nice. I've been to Nessa quite a few times. It's beautiful. Big Island and
Look what heaven gave me. I found a dream come true. Girl, you are my lighthouse. Your love led
figure everything off.
You were my tranquil
All together, I have 350 staff. Chefs
and rescue me. Yes, now heaven knows that I love, and heaven knows that I care. And while we're dancing under the stars above,
the memory sky juice is like gin and coconut water. So in Nassau they call it gully water.
Let's go, come on.
So we have fresh jelly, coconut from young coconut, the water, sweet milk or condensed milk, little nutmeg. That's it.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's in the sky. Blue pasta with white rum, carousel, pineapple.
You deserve a medal. You deserve a star. You deserve a lifetime of love. The kind God gave to mom. Please somebody pinch me till St. Peter I'm right. With you I'm in heaven, yet I'm still alive. Oh, 'cause heaven knows that I love her. And heaven knows, yes, heaven knows that I care.
Yes?
Healthiest and the safest cigar you can. But we want you to taste it. If you're not simple,
Chef Johnson Tropical Punk Demonstration. But Chef Johnson Tropical Punk Demo.
But here it comes a long time. Let's go.
Okay, for those who like conch salad, everyone should know what conch is. Conch is a mollusk or mussel. We made a tropical conch salad in the Bahamas. Now I've infused it by adding ginger and cilantro. That's if you like those ingredients. All it is the raw conch meat, which is taken out of the shell, skin, washed off properly with a little lime, and then we cut them in what we call julienne. Julienne means thin strips. So I cut the chunk into julienne, cut my pineapple and mango, tropical fruits, onions, peppers, and tomatoes. And then combine all ingredients together, finish with a little gold pepper or bird pepper, freshly squeezed orange, and a lime juice. It's one to die for. If you want to see that recipe being prepared live, you can go to my YouTube page, Chef Johnson's Tropical Conch Demo.
Ready. Thank you very much for having me. Certainly a pleasure. Correct, yes. Yes. Well, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the Tourism Act in the Bahamas. We have been actively pursuing our guests to come and vacation in the beautiful islands of the Bahamas. And we started off Caribbean Week this year on Sunday with our Jubilee celebration at the Mother A.M. Zion Church in Harlem. As I mentioned, the Tourism Act is 50 years, and we've had Jubilee celebrations throughout the Caribbean, throughout our islands in the Bahamas, starting on January 7th, which is the actual anniversary of the Act being signed and brought into being. So we started with the Tourism Act Jubilee at Mother AME Zion, and our minister, our pastor there, is the sister of Alfred Sears. Her name is Reverend Sears Mouchette. So she brought the message, and we were also lucky to be blessed with Shabak, our gospel group from the Bahamas. They performed at the service as well. Our permanent secretary, Harrison Thompson, was there, and he brought the proclamation from our minister, our prime minister. And we also had our very new director general, Joy Jibaru. I keep doing this. Joy Jibaru, our brand new director general, was there, and she also brought remarks on behalf of the minister of tourism. It's 50 years of us actually actively pursuing tourism in the Bahamas. So we have visitors coming in and out of our country for holistic reasons for many, many years. And we realize the benefit in actually marketing the Bahamas to other countries for more than just a holistic visit, more like a relaxation and getaway, a close getaway for our family and friends in Florida and our partners throughout the rest of North America. And so we actually made an act in Parliament, brought an act in Parliament to pursue tourism throughout the world, to get more visitors to see our beautiful country and to visit our 700 islands, and not just to come and vacation, but also to invest. Oh, the next 50 years would definitely be to enhance the culture and the experience that we have in the Bahamas. We've realized that a lot of our visitors know a lot about Nassau, the island of New Providence, but they're not so well versed on the other 699 islands in our diaspora. So we'd love to make sure that those other islands get a little bit more play, a little bit more publicity. We've got more direct airlift now coming out of Florida. We've got direct airlift coming into Grand Bahama from 8 major gateways in the United States, including right here out of New York, New Jersey. We also have good partnerships with JetBlue that does code sharing with several of our smaller islands. And we've got direct airlift from Florida, as I mentioned, to West Palm Beach, Orlando, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale to several islands. To encourage more visitors to come, we've upgraded several of our airports. The airport in Abaco got a huge facelift. Airport got expanded, the runway was redone, and so that also helps in the visitor turnaround and turnover. Makes it easier for them to get here on larger planes, so that we have a bigger spread of visitors coming into that destination. We've upgraded hotels in some of the other islands as well. Bimini now does a ferry service out of Miami directly into Bimini, directly into the Bimini Bay Resort. And they've also partnered with Resorts World, which is their flagship, their management company. And they are doing casino as well as hotel, and they tout their special rooms as tree houses, so that's a very unique feature. We've got expansion going on in San Salvador. The tree houses are in Bimini at the Bimini Bay Resort, or sorry, at Resorts World Bimini as it's now called. We also have huge expansion in San Salvador with Club Med, and they will be back on stream as of 2016, I believe it is. Expanding their property to include more bungalows and more activities and amenities, not just for couples, but for families as well, and business travel. So throughout the Bahamas, we're doing a lot of development and making it a little bit more accessible for all of our visitors, so that they're not only first-time visitors, but repeat visitors. Our cruise numbers continue to increase. We have cruises that go directly into Nassau and into Grand Bahama, and several of the major cruise companies also own private islands in the Bahamas. So if they do a Bahamas trip, they might stop into one of their private islands like Castaway Key, which is owned by Disney, or even Princess Isle. In Nassau, a huge development is Bahamar, which comes on stream at the end of this year, and they've got just over 2,500 new rooms in 4 major towers, one being the Mondrian, the Rosewood, the Grand Hyatt, and then the Bahamar Casino Tower. They've also redone the golf course in the Cable Beach Strip, which is now a Greg Norman designed golf course. And they will also have huge convention space and the largest casino in the Caribbean. So with our Golden Jubilee, we're really moving forward to expand tourism in all of our islands, not just in Nassau or not just in Grand Bahama. And speaking of Grand Bahama, we've got Memories Resort, which is all-inclusive, a 4.5 star, which is on the Cayenne Strip next to Point Kaya. So that just opened in March. And they also tout golf course and beautiful beach activities. They're all-inclusive property, even though it's there with a casino attached. We encourage our visitors to get off property and see the rest of the island, because our country is very small and very accessible. And the beauty of our island is more more to interact with the people in the area.
I like the meat, all the meat. I love the meat, all the meat. I want the meat, all the meat.
Well, where our culture spans primarily from Junkanoo is the one export that everyone knows about. So we're going to delve deeper into our Junkanoo festivities and not just host our usual Boxing Day and New Year's Day activities. We're also doing Summer Junkanoo or Gombe Festival, and we're also going to expand a little bit further and include our visitors in the experience in more of a carnival-based Junkanoo festival that will happen in the summertime. I believe that comes on stream next year. Again, the culture is not just the Junkanoo Festival, but it's the music and it's the food. And with Caribbean Week, every time we participate, we make sure we bring our chefs in because the culinary experience is one that is without explanation. It's something that our visitors can readily be exposed to as soon as they leave property or even at some of the Bahamian restaurants on property. And it's something that they can take back away with them when they go home. Definitely, with many of the activities that tourism does abroad, we try to bring one of our entertainers with us. So at Caribbean Week this year, we have Puzzle, and he performed our travel agents event, and I believe he performed again at the Romance Pavilion last night, and he might be performing today as we speak. We do our best to expose them with us on our endeavors, but we also encourage them to branch out on their own. I know one of our artists or groups, Visage, participates in Trinidad's Carnival, and they do that quite regularly. And every so often we participate in Caribbean Caravana in Toronto, where we bring a Junkanoo group up to Toronto, and they actually play mass with a Trinidad band, and they interact one-to-one so that our Bahamian culture is exposed over there along with the Caribbean culture of other countries.
No gravy, I like the meat, all the meat. I want the
Not yet.
all the meat. Hit me hard.
Certainly, we are looking and actively looking at an office space right now so that we can reopen the office in New York, because we realize that this market is huge and it is very important to a continued growth and expansion of the awareness of the Bahamas in the northeastern corridor of the United States. So we are looking to open an office very soon.
You can get I grab my chicken leg and jump in my seat.
Sure. Well, romantic travel has always been well known in the Bahamas, not just for destination weddings, but also for honeymoons. And at present, we have a 16-island wedding challenge going on, where 16 couples vie for an opportunity to have an all-expenses-paid wedding on one of 16 islands in the Bahamas on January 16th at 1600 hours. So the clock is ticking down. I think there are only a few more days to submit their applications. So any couples interested in getting married in the near future, they can submit on Bahamas.com, fill out their form, send in their video, let us know which island they'd love to get married on and why we should choose them. And that is the destination wedding and honeymoon of a lifetime. Those 16 islands include Nassau, Paradise Island, Acklands and Crooked Island, Bimini, Grand Bahama, of course, Abacos, Exuma. We've got San Salvador is one of them, Inagua, Long Island, Cat Island, Inwoodra, Harbor Island. I think I might have covered them all. Somewhere in that vicinity, but all of the major ones, yes. Meguan, I believe, is another one. But the 16 Island Wedding Challenge is available, the information is available on our website, Bahamas.com. Yes, aside from the wedding challenge, we have a promotion going on in the market, a $250 instant savings promotion, whereby our visitors can book hotel and airfare at the same time. And they're staying more than 3 nights in Grand Bahama. They get an instant savings of $250 per room booked, a maximum of 2 rooms. And if they're staying in Nassau, and the other family islands, it's a minimum of 4 night stays. But airfare and hotel have to be booked at the same time, and it can be booked with any of the major airlines as well as the major websites. I believe that one, there's one that just ended on May 27th, and another one rolls in about 2 weeks' time, summer promotion. They have about a 3-week window to book, a 5-week window to book, sorry, and they can travel up until December. So the information for that is also on our website on Bahamas.com. Come and visit. We're so close, especially in the northeastern corridor. We're only a 2.5-hour flight away. Our language is English, and our people are so warm and friendly and personable. The biggest celebrities you'll ever meet are the Bahamians that you meet throughout your visit. We'd love to have you here. We'd love to see you visit us again if you've been before and haven't been for a while. And if it's a first trip, we'd love you to island hop. Stop off in Nassau, maybe take a fast ferry to Harbor Island to walk along the pink sand beaches. If you're a little bit more adventurous, take a powerboat to Exuma where you can swim with the pigs. Yes, we have swimming pigs in Exuma. And if you're a little bit more of a nature lover, you can come up with Grandma Mama and do a kayak through the mangroves, or even a bicycle tour. Most of our islands have phenomenal diving, scuba, and snorkeling. Fantastic reef diving. We've got one of the largest barrier reefs off the coast of Andros. For fishermen, it's a fisher's paradise, deep sea fishing and reef fishing. We also have fantastic blue holes that have been mapped out and swam along, so that if you're a very experienced diver, you can dive a blue hole. Dean's Blue Hole in Long Island is the deepest blue hole that National Geographic has ever measured, and they do tons of free dive competitions there, so that's another experience. And then for those that want something a little bit more laid back, you can do as I mentioned, the ferry ride between the islands. Abaco is fantastic for the ferry system to their smaller fleets as well, and you can get to see a little bit of what the archipelago is like from island to island. They're very different and very unique. So the shark dives, most of the major dive operations have shark dives and dolphin experiences as well, where you can actually go out into the open oceans with the dolphins. The shark dives in Nassau are done through some of the dive outfits, and even with the fast ferry, the powerboat into Exuma, they stop off at a private key and they do a shark feed and also a stingray feed. So if you're a little bit more adventurous and you're interested in the shark dive, then most of the major dive outfits perform those activities, and you can see their information on their websites, or starting with Bahamas.com, we have a listing of most of our top operators there. Kumbay Summer, yes. It started last year, I believe, was the first one, and again, summertime, all of our junk new activities, all of the food, our entertainers, Bahamian entertainers, and even a taste of how junk new came about, a little history. We do stories on the porch, and a taste of our bush tea, and all of our other flavors and amenities. Folk stories, yes, yes. Some of the indigenous stories and folklore, some of our history, our Bahamian version of Bigfoot is the Chickcharney, and other little family tales. Thank you very much. Thank you. YouTube Dem Bahamians and Bahamas all in one go. 16 Island Wedding Challenge and all things Bahamian is Bahamas.com, and if you want a hashtag It's Better in the Bahamas, we'll follow you.
Beautiful. All the best.
Thank you.